Hi, this is Optimus Primal, and this is Silverbolt's Transformer Review.
Afternoon, everybody. Silverbolt here, back for a Transformers review. Now, it would appear that I have made so many videos, I'm now duplicating myself. Because, as I found out after I'd uploaded it, I had actually already done a review of Generation 1 pipes. I wasn't aware of this by myself. Went back and checked. Yeah, I've done a review of Generation 1 pipes. The second video that I tried to do to make up for this was Animated Swindle. And I didn't even think that I'd have done Animated Swindle already. And it wasn't until I was getting to the point in the toy where I described the orange bit that you get when you push the spring-loaded missile into the toy, and I suddenly thought, hang on a second, I've said this before. My videos, Animated Swindle, yep, I've already done Animated Swindle. This is getting silly. And then I was going to upload a third video, because I was like, I can't find anything to review, that I'd already got pre-made, which was on the video game Capcom vs. Marvel 3. I've deleted that video. So now at this point, I'm just being stubborn. And I'm determined that I'm going to do a review to replace the Generation 1 Pipes video that I'd already duplicated. And I was like, right, it's going to be an animated toy. So first, Swindle didn't happen. And I was also going to do Animated Soundwave. No, sorry, I was also going to do the disgusting car that is Lockdown. However, I couldn't bring myself to review such a hideous thing, because that toy is awful. And then I was going to do Soundwave, and then I was like, well, that one's pretty, I don't like that one very much either. I think that one's pretty ugly, and I really can't be bothered to do Soundwave. So it's like, right at this stage, I'm going to do something if it kills me. So we're going to do Oilslick from the Transformers animated line. And he's quite a funky little bike former. And for God's sake, he's got a goat's head skull motif on the front of what can only be described as the devil's version of a Harley. Now, Lockdown in the animated cartoon is a master chemicalist. He's very good at switching and popping and making lots of things, to the point where he's actually incredibly arrogant in regards to it. He really does think he's something really, really special. Now, Oilslick fighting style is that he refers to himself as a master of vehicular combat, in that he likes to smack things around a bit when they're in vehicle mode, under the premise that, well, if they look smashed up on the outside, they're going to be smashed up on the inside. Not one for honourable one-on-one, I can see you when you're coming combat, is our Oilslick. Excuse me. Now, he doesn't really like that. Now, Oilslick in the cartoon only has 2 appearances within itself. One is he is part of Team Char. Now, Team Char compromises the Decepticon team of Striker, Blackout, Oilslick, Spittor, and Cyclonus. All of whom don't get an awful lot of screen time. But it is Team Char who is fighting Rodimus at the beginning of Series 3. And his team. Now then, it is Oilslick who infects Rodimus, as I believe I said in the Rodimus video, with cosmic rust. Throws the vial over him. And that is about all that Oilslick does throughout the entire of Animated, apart from when he shows up in one of the episodes of the virtual world that is created by Soundwave. How Soundwave knows about Oilslick, seeing as Oilslick is fighting on Cybertron or somewhere in the depths of space, and Soundwave, well, he's a new Decepticon who has never been part of the Decepticon cause, well, that's open to suggestion, but we won't worry too much about that. In the IDW ongoing animated series of the comics, because everyone was so annoyed that animated got cancelled, they carried it on in the comics, Oilslick does come up as a bigger part, and again, his arrogance and his overconfidence tend to be his downfall. Okay, on to the toy. Oilslick, as I said, is the demonic version of a Harley Davidson, with spiky bits down the side here, and of course the ever awesome goat's head skull motif, which is just awesome in its own right. Transforming him, like well, some bike formers we can, actually no, this one's probably the easiest bike form that I know of to transform in the newer toy range. Easy way of doing it is pop the barrels off the end. I'll get to the barrels in a bit. Pull the legs out in the back. Pop in the two barrel parts. Fold them forward to make feet. Okay, now the hands of the body just snap off, and they just kind of like fold in on themselves and get pushed in there like that. And the same on the other side, just push them in. Move the skull so that it's more round onto one side, like so, and then just fold the handlebars whichever way you really feel like. Last but not least, obviously, is the head. Pull the back down, and the head just pops up like that. Hands, well, I say hands, in actual fact they're talons, and they just pull out. Like so. Okay, now, onto the barrels. Now, the one barrel doesn't do an awful lot. It's just got a lid that flips open for when he's in vehicle mode. The other barrel, however, becomes Chain of Doom. Well, chain weapon. That actually spins and twirls and you can do lots of things. Because Oilslick is actually trained in the Cybertronian art of ninjutsu. Or cybernetica, or whatever it's called. As such, he is well versed in the art of hand-to-hand combat. Despite the fact he prefers not to get involved in hand-to-hand combat because he prefers to do it when they're still in vehicle. So it's what? Hand-to-tire? The toy, the chain barrel does fit into the little pegs on the inside of the arms. Well, hands, sorry, and it can just drape over how you like. Now, one of the common things that I've started to notice, that I have noticed amongst bike formers, I noticed it on Oilslick, on Animated Prowl, and on Generations Reveal the Shield Wreckgar. Now there's a video I could have done. Wreckgar! Oh, never mind, Simon. Is that they're very, very articulated. He's very tall and scrawny. Bloody salespeople. Anyway, where was I? Yes, he's very tall and scrawny, as are most bike formers. Prowl is another one from Animated that really springs to mind. And also, I suppose you could say, those absolutely fugly things that they released as part of the movie lines. But his articulation is superb. He has articulation in the shoulders, in the wrists, in the fingers, on both sides. The head inside his little domey thing turns. He has articulation at the hips in two parts because he's got a ball joint here, and then he's got another joint that allows the legs to twist slightly. Knees and ankles. As such, he can be put into very dramatic fighting poses, which make him really quite something rather nice, actually. Unusual for animated models, he has a nose. A lot of animated models don't have noses. My biggest gripe with the toy is these elephantitis hands. I don't like them. That's a gripe on a lot of the animated toys that I find. Oh, sorry, he's got articulation here as well. Kind of like double articulation in the elbows. It's the hands. I don't like them. I think they're quite... well, they kind of look like a child's version of Freddy Krueger's fingers. So there we go. But other than that, I do think he's a very nice toy. And when I saw him, he was one of the ones that I did very, very quickly pick up. Okay, not really an awful lot more I can say on Oilslick. As I said, I was just determined to get a video out, and he was one of the ones I saw and thought, ooh, yes, definitely. Because I can't just do a video for a video's sake. I actually have to want to review it. I can't just go, yeah, I'll review this. Oh, sorry, the other thing about... Yes, I mentioned the barrels. Right, I'm going to sign off now and upload this and just hope I haven't already done a review of this guy. Because I think if I have done a review of this guy, I am actually just going to give up. But for now, this is Silverbolt with Animated Oilslick signing off, saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.